It's a very prevalent disorder. A lot of people have this. It's like probably 20% of the population. It's a lot of people. It's not much different from depression, but it's depression that seems to have a pattern of recurring in a seasonal pattern. Most often it's going to recur as the days get shorter, as the light gets lower. So my patients, I see it starting as early as August, late August, and sometimes not starting even until the end of December. And it lasts often through the winter. And then it usually sort of alleviates, gets better and clearly better fairly suddenly in the spring, but it can be severe. It can be a severe depression. Thoughts of suicide, thoughts of not wanting to be alive, feeling sad, difficulty sleeping. Often it's difficulty getting to sleep, but even more often it's not being able to stay asleep, waking up in the middle of the night, low energy, loss of interest in things, guilt. One tends to feel more guilty than normal. Self-esteem can fall. Concentration can become more difficult. Appetite can decrease. Sometimes it can increase. A person who's depressed can kind of talk more slowly, think more slowly. Sometimes it can be the other way around. It can be a speeded up kind of a agitation when someone's depressed. Common treatment is to use a light box. A light box is just a light that provides 10,000 lux at 1 foot. The standardization is it's the intensity of the light at 1 foot. And usually the prescription is to expose with lights with eyes open, anywhere between 15 minutes and an hour, first thing in the morning.
Bioluminescence is when living organisms give off light. I think the thing you've probably seen are fireflies. Right? So it's something that's alive, it gives off light. There are thousands, tens of thousands of animals that give off light. Dinoflagellants are little planktonic organisms. They're about the size of a pinprick. They've got this circadian rhythm where they light up at night if you touch them. During the day they photosynthesize. So they get most of their energy and food from the sun. During the day they absorbed all the sunlight. And then you need to shake them to get them to give off light, but they're only going to give as much light as they saved during the day while they were photosynthesizing.
I think that the ideas that you have in terms of stretching the research into how much light or how little light would be enough to augment a person's mood, it hasn't been done. And so it's very interesting, and I think that there's a very real possibility that you guys can come up with something that can be a significant contribution.
And so you'd have to have a whole room of dinoflagellates to get you enough light. I think that's bright enough, as bright as a light.
Given that the therapies, in order to work, require a fairly intense light at fairly close proximity to the eyes, and that it's an extended exposure in order for it to work 15 minutes or more, or an hour even. My guess is that even a very bright light for a minute or a second probably wouldn't be enough. But I don't know that. It would be an interesting experiment to do.